Welcome to Reread, where I'm rereading through the expanded universe in chronological order. Folks, I am on Jude Watson's Legacy of the Jedi. Yes, that's right, 4 generations of Jedi. When I saw this book, I was like so excited, when I first read it. And reading it again, I was like, okay, it's a little over 200 pages, and roughly each era takes place over 50 pages, roughly. Sometimes it's 48, sometimes it's 52 or something like that. The one that gets the most pages is probably the end, but only by like 6 or 8 pages, and that's Anakin Obi-Wan. It starts off with young Dooku, which we've never ever seen before, and I don't think we'll see again, and his best friend Lorian, and they are sneaking in to some, well, let me back up. Dooku has been accepted as a Padawan. Lorian hasn't yet, but Dooku's like, hey, don't worry, you will. And they sneak into an area where they know there's a Sith holocron, and he wants Dooku to help him steal it so they can peek inside. Well, Dooku doesn't want to do that. He feels that's not the thing they should do. He walks away. The next morning, the Sith holocron is stolen. He goes to Lorian. Yes, it was Lorian. He's like, we need to give it back. You need to give it back. Here, I'll go with you. Put it. He's like, I don't want to. It makes me feel funny. It makes you feel sick, like it made Obi-Wan feel sick, or was it Anakin? Someone, I think it was Obi-Wan who felt sick when he was around a Sith holocron. Anyway, Master Opa Rachis or whatever, I can't remember his name right now, comes in and on the boys, and he can feel the Sith holocron there, so he takes it back. He says, okay, you two, you're going to meet before the council in a few days over this. And the Lorian says, but it was Dooku's idea, throws Dooku under the bus, and Dooku's so mad. He's like, wow, why would you do that? Because he thinks, I'm going to lose my Padawanship, if that's the actual word for it, because his Jedi Master who picked him is off on a mission, and he'll start his training when his new Master comes. So Dooku doesn't want to blow his shot. He doesn't want to get kicked out of the temple before he even gets a shot at being a Padawan. So now he's mad at Lorian. Lorian's mad at him because, like, Dooku, just tell him it was you, because everyone loves you, and the Jedi Masters will just scold you, but they'll let you go. He's like, well, that is kind of true. They all love me, and they'd probably let it go, but I didn't take it. So how dare you even ask this of our friendship? I thought we were friends. You don't do this to a friend. Set them up. But Lorian knows, no, if they know the truth, because he knows they're going to find out the truth, then, I'm going to get let go. And sure enough, Dooku tells the truth to the council, or to Yoda and everything. And of course, Lorian gets cut, and he is out of the temple, and he's mad at Dooku. Well, Dooku doesn't like him either. Dooku thinks he's not a friend, and from here on out, that was the last friend he'll ever have. His thing is trust no one, or anyone can betray you. So he's kind of jaded, and this is what forms the character that we later see as Count Dooku. Now, flash forward a few years, and it's Dooku and Qui-Gon and their relationship, which, by the way, this was probably the best part of the book for me. I really enjoyed seeing Dooku and Qui-Gon together. I would have loved if maybe during episode 3, they would have done a series of where Dooku's about to get his head chopped off by Anakin, and they say your life flashes before your eyes. Well, for the Count, his life flashes before his eyes, his life with Qui-Gon. And that's where we get the Qui-Gon Dooku adventures. You're seeing all these old memories, because I would have loved to have seen their interaction is very good. Qui-Gon basically looks at Dooku as a teacher, not as a friend, not as a best friend. That's why they don't talk that much after he graduates, because he's like, I have nothing more to learn. I learned from this man a lot of good things from the Force, but he is not my friend. We're so far apart. Dooku, just like the rest of the Jedi, though, does not like Qui-Gon because he focuses too much on the living Force. In every pathetic, life form, scoundrel and whatnot, Qui-Gon wants to befriend. He's like, ugh. But that's what Obi-Wan thinks. That's what a lot of the Jedi Masters think. That's why Qui-Gon wasn't on the council. So Dooku's kind of in line with the other Jedi. Now, don't get me wrong. Jude Watson makes sure to tell you there's something wrong with Dooku. Dooku's pride is getting the best of him. This series, this little adventure with Dooku and Qui-Gon is there's a bunch of senators being kidnapped, and they have to find a pirate who's doing it. Obviously, it's Lorian, his old friend, who's been kidnapping these senators. And he tricks Dooku and gets away with the senator that Dooku was guarding. Well, Dooku's so mad he doesn't want to tell the council because he's embarrassed he got one-upped. He wants to take down Lorian and then tell the council. So when Obi-Wan says, we should tell the council, right? He's like, the council doesn't have to know everything. Now later on in Qui-Gon Obi-Wan, even though Jude Watson did not mean to make this connection, Qui-Gon tells Obi-Wan, we don't need to tell the council everything. Wait till we have more answers. That's exactly what Dooku said. Now Dooku said it out of pride. Qui-Gon said, because Qui-Gon's a wild card, man. He doesn't always follow what the council wants. He goes against the grain at times if he feels he has to. So did Dooku. And I wish I wish we could have had a series where Qui-Gon does learn some of his habits come from Dooku. But Dooku's portrayed as very prideful in this, and Lorian even told him as a kid, pride will be your downfall. And in this one, Dooku is very mad because he got embarrassed by Lorian, who's not even a Jedi. And he's striving to be the best Jedi ever. He picked Qui-Gon because Qui-Gon was the best kid of them all. He wants to be known as this legend, and already he's gaining that legend. Again, I would love a series where it tells us what all legendary feats Dooku did. Anyway, Dooku captures him, almost kills him. Qui-Gon tells him to stop. He realizes that, but he doesn't apologize to Qui-Gon. He just changes. He said, "What did you learn, my apprentice?" He went, "Well, I learned that you keep things from me, Master." Oh, burning! Dooku's like, "That's not a he said, "Master, I was just telling you what I observed." And so it kind of fast forwards at the end of every error, but it says, that even though, Dooku and Qui-Gon parted ways, they weren't really friends. Dooku said, the thing that's wrong with you is you trust too many people, and that's going to come out to hurt you in the long run. And Qui-Gon was like, whatever. Well, then flash forward to Qui-Gon Obi-Wan now, and Qui-Gon's recalling back on what Dooku said. Xanatos betrayed his trust. Obi-Wan did it, Melinda Dawn. And this happens, I think, before Tal is dead. This adventure happens. And so now it's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. They're on this planet that's controlled by these guardians to keep people safe. But Lorian is kind of not the ruler, but he's head of the security team. And Qui-Gon knows him and goes, he was never a good guy. Something's wrong. He's trying to get the Jedi off the planet because the planet that they stop on is, I can't remember. They make a stop. Did I write it down here? Oh, Junction 5. Where that is, Junction 5. And so the reason there's this big security team and there's safety precautions everywhere, and anyone who doesn't obey, the security guards will lock you up forever. And it's like, communist China or whatever. And so, I'm going to get flagged for that. So Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan do a little investigating, and they find out that the big threat that everyone's afraid of is this thing called the Annihilator, which doesn't even exist. It's made up. It was made up by Lorian to grab control of, take control of everyone while they're fearful. He used fear to make them subservient. Have we seen this happen before lately? Anyway, so they used fear, and it got them all scared. They brought this security team in, and so now he has the power. But when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan reveal that, the Annihilator is a hoax, he gets put in jail. He's like, foiled by the Jedi. My life is ruined by the Jedi again. And we're going to see him again, obviously, as it fast forwards to Obi-Wan and Anakin, where it stops. This is during the Clone Wars. Lorian has served his time, got out on good behavior. He's a representative of the planet. He's changed his life. Has he? We don't know. Obi-Wan doesn't trust him. Yoda has to say, hey, Obi-Wan, cool your jets, because Obi-Wan's being very rude to him. And Anakin's kind of confused because Obi-Wan's not rude to anyone, but he does not trust Lorian. And Lorian's there to help the Jedi. Is he there to help the Jedi? So when they go off to try to capture the next thing that's going wrong, there's an assassination on a senator. And the two kid bounty hunters, Dane and Floria, from Trail of the Jedi, from Jedi Quest, they come back in it. They're grown up now, and they were supposed to be the bodyguards of the senator. They're not bounty hunters anymore because they sucked at bounty hunters. Duh. And so the senator is dead. And so they're like, oh no, who killed the senator? Well, obviously, they're thinking it's Lorian, especially when they find out the guy was a former Guardian, which was what they called those security guys back when the Qui-Gon Obi-Wan adventure. So, but is he getting set up by Dooku? Now, Dooku is around, and Anakin wants to get him right now. He's like, Anakin. He's like, yeah, but if we get him in the Clone Wars, he's like, Anakin, yeah, but we need to have a plan, Padawan, young Padawan. We still don't have a plan. You know what happened last time. So he's still trying to rein in. And I think here it also talks about their disconnection. Obi-Wan's just frustrated because he and Anakin just can't connect. They can't. He thinks that because he wasn't there, they talk about the closeness to Padme. Obi-Wan thinks it's because she was there when his mother died, and that's why they're super close. He hasn't yet made the connection that they're married. I'm sure he does later on, but right now he just thinks that's why they're so close, because she was with him and I wasn't. Is that the reason? He's still trying to get his Anakin to talk to him, trying to get him to talk to him, trying to get that old groove back, but it's just not there. And But anyway, what happens is it turns out it's not Lorian. Of course, it was Dooku, all set up. And the senator actually faked his own death. He and Floria loved each other, were lovers or whatnot. And Anakin can sense that now because he knows what his secret love is like. You know, he can sense it. Where Obi-Wan was like, how did you know, Padawan? He's like, you can see love, Master. You can see it, no matter how hard people try to hide it. You know, it's like, oh. But I don't know if that's... It doesn't say Obi-Wan had a clue what was going on, but that was kind of a nice touch there. Overall, Legacy of the Jedi is so much fun. Again, the Dooku, Qui-Gon stuff, we needed a whole 12-book series on that. 15-book series on it. I was really enjoying that. And I wish they wouldn't have made Dooku so evil. Or not so prideful or wrong. Sure, he grows up to be the bad guy, but he obviously did something to garner the respect of all the other Jedi. So I wish they would have shown that. But other than that, excellent book, well worth your time. All right, folks, that's it for now. See you later.